Good morning. My name is Makinie. I'm on the behavioral health team here at Renton Technical College. Thank you so much for joining the yoga and mindfulness session with us during the first annual Mental Health Awareness Week. One of the best activities to maintain or return to a sense of calm and centeredness is yoga and mindfulness activities. One of our fabulous academic advisors, Laura, will be leading our yoga activity today, followed by a guided meditation by me. Laura, the floor is yours.
Oh, wonderful. Well, hello everyone. Likely you already know me, but my name is Laura. And we're so glad you're here with us today or whenever you're watching this recording to create some space and time and calm for yourself. Yoga is just creating time to be with yourself, kind of letting the rest of the world, that external world, float away. And there's no wrong way to do this. So I'm here as a guide. I will walk you through some different shapes for your body. The coolest part about doing this on Zoom is that you just do whatever's right for you, whatever feels good in your body at this time. It doesn't have to look a certain way. It's all about how it feels on the inside. So as we go through the class, I'll be offering you some different positions or different ways to move and shape your body and just find out which one feels right and good for you. So let's begin in a seated position. I'm just sitting kind of like crisscross applesauce. If you find that your knees are a lot higher than your hips, it can feel really nice to take a blanket and fold that and place that underneath your hips to raise them a little bit. So just play around with what will feel good for you. And as you take time to find that comfortable seat, you can move around a little bit and fidget. And as you find that place, you can begin to lower the eyes or close them, bringing that gaze more internally. If you'd like a little bit more energy right now, you can place your hands palms up, allowing some energy to come in. If you prefer a little bit more grounding or to calm and center, you can place your hands palms face down on your knees. So taking just these first couple minutes to check in with what's happening in the body. Notice how your heart is beating, perhaps the quality of your breath. Many sensations you may feel in your shoulders or your stomach. Paying attention to this whole world of sensation happening inside of you right now. And for these next 30 minutes, just allow the world outside the map to melt away so you can focus on you. Begin to follow the breath, tracking an inhale, how it feels, going into the nose, down into your belly. And on the exhale, how it feels, moving. No need to change the breath right now, just noticing. And if you notice that your mind is elsewhere, you can go ahead and kindly and lovingly invite the intention back to following your breath. How it expands your belly on the inhale. And how it feels breathing on the exhale. Again, to deepen those breaths, perhaps drawing more air in and sighing it out. Continue breathing here. And on your next inhale, go ahead and bring your hands together at your heart center. You can open your eyes here if you'd like to see. But we'll be doing a moving breath meditation. So on your next inhale, you'll bring your hands apart opening them up to the sides, pulling your shoulders back, opening through the chest. And on an exhale, rounding through the spine, bringing your hands together back to heart center, perhaps tucking the chin down. Again, on the inhale, spreading the hands open, opening through the heart and the shoulders. And on the exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, bring the hands together. Continue at your own pace here for 2 more breaths, perhaps again closing the eyes to check in. And then as you're ready, all meet back at center here. Begin to focus on an intention that you'd like to bring into the session today. That could be bringing in a sense of calm or acceptance, courage, peace, whatever resonates with you right now. And take a deep breath to feel in that intention. And so blink the eyes open, coming back into the space. And let's move into all fours. Coming onto your hands and knees. I think you can see me. Yes? Okay, perfect. Okay, so here we will begin having your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And we'll begin with some cat-cow movements. So to do this, you will first begin by inhaling, tilting the hips forward, opening through the heart and the chest, pulling the shoulders back. And on an exhale, pushing down to your hands, rounding the spine and tucking the chin into a cat position. Inhaling, scooping the chest forward, shining through the heart, gaze forward. And exhale, round through the spine, pull the belly in and tuck the chin. Again, begin to move at your own pace here, flowing with your breath. As you awaken your spine, stretching it out, taking it up for the day. 2 more breaths here. We'll meet back at center. An option here to take any other movement that feels good, perhaps rocking back and forth, or sometimes doing like a roll feels really good. Kind of like pushing the back up and rounding it down. Just finding any movement that feels right in your body right now. Maybe shifting from side to side. I'm going in those circles. It's a nice gift to the spine to move it all around. And then find your way back to center. Inhale your right hand forward, out in front of you from the shoulder. And move your opposite leg back behind you long. So we're coming into a balancing table. And notice here that you're reaching forward with your hands, reaching back with your foot, creating length in your spine, and pulling the belly up and in to keep balance. Option to stay here and build heat. Or on the next exhale, pull your knee and elbow in together as you round your spine, bringing them towards touching. On an inhale, bring your hands and legs back out. Exhale, round the spine, bring the elbow and knee into touch. Inhale to lengthen. And one last time, pulling them in, rounding the spine. Lengthening, and exhale, letting the hands and you come back down. Checking in with the body, feeling a little bit of heat that we just generated there. And then inhale the opposite arm out and the opposite leg back. Coming into that balancing table on the other side. Again, options to hold here and maintain, building that heat. Or once more, you can inhale to draw the knee and elbow toward each other, rounding the spine. Pulling in through the belly. And exhale to lengthen. Once more, inhaling to round and pull in. And exhale, going on. One final time, inhale, and exhale to lengthen. Dropping your hands and back down, and sinking your hips back into child's pose. You can widen your knees here to come into a child's pose, and then bring your chest down in front of you as you feel comfortable. And you can play around with how wide you like your knees to be, what feels good for you. Take a minute here, just checking with the breath. And notice any sensation that you're experiencing. On your next inhale, rise up, come back to hands and knees. And next one, we're into a shoulder stretch. Inhale your left hand high, opening up to the side. And exhale, take your hand behind your other arm, kind of threading the needle. Bring your shoulder down to the mat, along with your ear. Resting the side of your head on the ground, coming into a shoulder stretch. And you may feel a stretch on the outside of your shoulder here. And breathe, feel getting that stretch. And then on your next inhale, push down through your right hand to bring that open up, bring it right to the sky. And exhale, back down to hands and knees. On the other side, we'll raise that opposite hand palm, opening up to the side, and exhale, threading your hand behind the other arm, bringing the shoulder down to the ground, side of the head to the mat, stretching out the other shoulder. Breathing deeply here, again, bringing the attention back to the body and the sensation. Relaxing here. And then pushing down through the hands. Open up, back up through the arms. Perhaps wiggle the fingers, that feels good to me right now. And then exhale, coming back into all fours. Begin to sink your hips back, coming into a seated position. Again, option here to place a blanket underneath, over pillow, anything you have underneath your hips. Inhale to circle, sweep your arms tall, reaching up to the sky, perhaps rolling out your wrists here. This is good for all of us who are on keyboards a lot right now. You reaching to the sky. And then exhale your left hand down to the mat. Reaching your tall hands high and bending over, getting some stretch into your spine. Inhale to come back to center, stretching tall, and exhale to bend. Inhale tall one more time, and exhale. As you inhale back to center, bring both hands tall, and bring the opposite hand down to the mat, to the right side. Inhale tall to the sky, and exhale to bend Feeling that stretch in the left side body. Inhale back to center and exhale to bend. Once more, inhale back to the middle and exhale to find that side stretch. Inhale both of your hands back to center. Bring your hands back down to your head. And exhale, let them go. Let's do a couple shoulder rolls here. Let's begin by moving our shoulders back. Getting some movement there. Again, so good when we spend a lot of time over computers. And then let's move them the opposite way, bringing the shoulders forward. Let's find some stillness and then bring the head to the left here, bending the neck. Finding some stretch along the opposite side of the neck. Option to stay here, this is feeling really juicy and lovely. Other option to tuck your chin and begin to move the head down a little bit. And you'll notice here how this changes the sensation of what you're feeling along the side of your neck. And go ahead and find that sweet spot where you're feeling the most sensation. You take a breath there. Then begin to roll your head to the center, tucking the chin, feeling that stretch along the back of your neck. And continue rolling your head to the opposite side, bringing that right ear to the shoulder. And again, finding that stretch on the opposite side of the neck. This is really tight for me right here. And again, play around with tucking the chin and rolling, finding that spot that really needs your love and attention, and take one deep breath there. Let's take one more roll, tucking the chin, bringing the head down through the center, back to the other side, and then finding center once more. Bring more weight forward onto your hands, coming into hands and knees. Then tuck your toes under and pushing down through the hands, begin to bring your hips up and back, finding your way to a downward facing dog. So you are pushing down through your palms and your fingers, raising your hips high to the sky, and begin to bend one knee here, stretch out the straight leg, and then switch sides, bending one leg, straightening the other, walking it out a little bit to get that lovely stretch along the backs of your legs. Pull the belly up and in as you raise those hips high to the sky. On your next inhale, bring your gaze up to your hands and begin to walk your feet forward, coming to the top of your mat, and then bend your knees and let your hands come heavy, coming into a forward fold position. Option here, you can keep your feet together or move them a little bit farther apart. Bring your hands to opposite elbows and come into ragdoll. And play around with swaying side to side, maybe rocking forward and backwards, or try nodding your head yes or no. Noticing that lovely traction that you get along your spine here. We don't often give our spine the option to go against gravity and really stretch out. So it usually feels really wonderful. And you can bend your knees as much as feels nice here. Take 2 more breaths here. And as you're ready, release your elbows if you tap them across and bring your hands down. On your next inhale, begin to straighten the legs. Bring your hands to your shins and straighten the back, coming into like a figure 7 pose, halfway lift. And then as you exhale, bend the knees, bring your hands down, and then push down through the feet. Circle sweep the arms tall, stretching high, and coming into a mountain position. And then bring your hands down to the heart. Option here to close the eyes, do a quick check-in. Notice how your heart's beating, where your mind is. Perhaps re-inviting in that intention that you set at the beginning of class today. And focusing on presence and being here in this moment. Once more, begin to open the eyes. And from here, step your feet wide, bringing your feet kind of out at a 45-degree angle, toes slightly wider than the hips. And from here, sink down into a wide squat. Move side to side here. Find like a comfortable place to be. This is called goddess pose, which I feel is very empowering. And then from here, straighten up, reach through the hands. This is called star. And shine bright, maybe move a little bit. Move through the fingers, stretch tall. And exhale, begin to sink back down and bring your hands into a cactus position. We'll move with the breath here. Inhaling, opening up into star, stretching tall. And exhaling, sinking down into goddess with those cactus arms. Once more, stretching tall, opening wide. And exhale, sinking down, feeling that work in your thighs. Bring your hands down, just above your knees, and you can go ahead and put some weight in them. Inhale your spine long, and then exhale one of your shoulders down in the middle. So you're using your hands to kind of push and leverage to get that twist in the spine. On your next inhale, come back through center, and exhale to twist. Inhaling, finding length through the spine, and exhale to twist. You should feel it in the mid-thoracic spine. Inhale back to center, and exhale once more to twist. And as you find center again, bring the legs straight. Option here to jump them together or walk them in, whatever meets your energy level right now. Then circle sweep your arms tall. Once more, reaching high and dive back down to the ground. Coming back into a forward fold here. From your forward fold, once more, straighten your legs. Bring your hands to your shins, coming into that halfway lift with a flat back. And exhale, back to forward fold. Inhale, stand tall here, pushing down through the feet to come back to center. And on your exhale, keep your hips down and back, coming into a chair pose. Now this can look like this. I mean, ideally, it looks like you're sitting in a chair. So option to keep your hands tall, your shoulders up. If that's a little bit too much for the shoulders, you can bring your hands together to your heart center. So whatever is feeling good here. You'll notice some heat to begin to build into your thighs. And you can take a look down and check if you can see your toes. If you can't, go ahead and shift your weight back a little bit. Bringing your weight a little bit more to your heels. And we'll take a minute, or not a minute, we'll take a breath or two here. Breathing into that sensation, to that heat. Noticing how it feels to challenge the body. And then release, standing tall, possibly shaking out the legs a little bit. And from here, take your left leg. Hands can go on hips here. And inhale the knee up to the sky. For tree pose, you have the option either to put your foot onto your calf or a little bit higher than the knee at the thigh. Either way works. We just want you to avoid putting your foot on your knee. So either here at the calf or a little higher. I'll stay here at the calf. So option to stay here, standing tall, raising the crown to the sky, pushing the foot into the standing leg. This is a little bit of a balance challenge. If you'd like a little bit more, you can bring your hands to heart center. And if you're feeling steady, go ahead and grow those limbs and open up your hands to the sky. While you're grounding down through that foot, imagine that you're opening up your branches to the sky and growing tall. And exhale, release it all down. Again, if you can wiggle it out, if you need. Then ground down, feet underneath your hips. Once more, finding that stillness. And bring your shoulders down and back, perhaps hands on the hips. Inhale your opposite leg, knee up. And finding your position on the other side, whether that is down here at the calf or a little bit higher at the thigh. See what feels good in your body here. Ooh. And then once more, ground down through that standing foot. Push the foot into your leg, creating that stability. And raise up through the crown of your head, going top. It can be really helpful here to find your point of gaze at in front of you and hold your balance. If you'd like a little bit more balance challenge, perhaps bringing your hands to heart center, or even growing the hands to the sky and opening them up. And continuing to breathe here. Remember, it is normal for trees to sway in the wind, very natural. One more breath. And exhale, release it down, let it go, beautiful. Once more, find stillness, circle sweep the arms up to the sky, and exhale, bring it back down, coming into that forward fold. And from here, make your way down to the mat. We'll actually come on to the back here. And Kenny, can you still see me okay? Okay, perfect. So from the back, we'll come into a twist. So a couple different options here. So one would be to bring your arms out wide or perhaps to a T, whatever feels good for your shoulders. And then bring both knees up into kind of like a 90-degree angle, and then allow them to fall to one side into a supine twist. And you should feel the stretch along the side body. And you can play around here with moving your knees a little bit lower, a little bit higher, finding out where you feel the best stretch. And once you find that sweet spot, you go ahead and close your eyes and relax into that final stretch, into that twist. If there's a space where you're feeling some strong sensation, go ahead and focus on sending your breath, your inhale, into that space. And notice if you're holding on to tension anywhere, perhaps in your jaw, between your eyebrows, and see if you can relax it. Let it go, be like water. And your next breath, Begin to roll your knees back up to the sky. And then exhaling them down to the opposite side. Finding a stretch on the other side body. And as we find that sweet spot, where the sensation is something you can feel, but not painful, allow yourself to relax into it. Breathing into your body, creating space where you're feeling that stretch. And relaxing. And go. Notice how good it feels to trust your body and relax. And then on your next breath, bring your knees into your chest. Perhaps roll out your ankles a little bit when you're popping. And give yourself a little hug, maybe rocking back and forth, side to side. And then releasing back out into Savasana. Allowing your feet to be long, hands wide, and letting it all go. Checking in with the feet, letting them hang, relaxed into the legs, letting them be heavy. Hips and belly soft. Chest and arms relaxed, melting into the ground. And head relaxed and soft. Whole body relaxed. If you're comfortable here, you can stay in this Savasana in this space. If you'd like to be guided out, go ahead and begin to wiggle the toes and the fingers. Reinvigorating the breath. Perhaps rocking the head from side to side. Giving the back of your head a little massage. Stretching the hands and the arms. And then as you're ready, rolling on to one side, allowing your head to rest on your arm. Taking one breath here in fetal position. And then pushing down through your hands to come up back into a seated position. And we'll pass it over to Makinie.
Thank you so much, Laura. That was both challenging and relaxing. I absolutely loved it. Okay, let me get the guided meditation set. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can see and hear me okay? So. Let's see. How about now?
I can't hear you, but not the music.
Okay, let's see. How about now? Okay. All right. Find a comfortable seated position in a chair or cushion, or if you're still on the floor. You can close your eyes or you can watch the video and just listen to my voice and start to notice your breath. Begin to inhale for 3 seconds. Hold. Exhale. As you inhale and exhale, notice any tension or stress that you may be holding on to. Acknowledge it and begin to relax those parts. Go ahead and take a moment to take in the beautiful sounds from the video. And gently bring your attention back to your breath. And as you inhale, think, I breathe in calm and relaxing energy. And as you exhale, I pause and let the quiet energy relax my body. I breathe in calm and relaxing energy. I pause to let the quiet energy relax my body. Inhale, knowing that you are supported. And exhale, knowing that you have all of the tools and knowledge to take care of yourself. And as you're breathing, imagine your inner voice saying, today, I am happy. Today, I am capable. Today, I am worthy. I am happy. I am capable. I am worthy. loving kindness to the parts of you that may feel more tension. Letting them know that it's okay and that they can relax. Thank you for working so hard. You can relax. I am happy. I am capable. I am worthy. Go ahead and take a few more nice deep breaths. Experiencing your stomach relaxing, getting the chance to expand fully, and then letting all the air out. How nice it is to fully breathe. How nice it is to give yourself permission to feel. Starting to bring more awareness to the sensations. If your eyes are closed, you can go ahead and slowly start to open them. Let's take in a few more moments of the beautiful, beautiful visuals and sounds. Your awareness is back to this space and time, and your breathing is returning to normal, but maybe with permission to let your stomach relax. And hopefully you're feeling a bit more refreshed and ready to take on the rest of the day. Thank you so much for those of you who joined us or who are watching this recording. It has been an honor to share this space with you, Laura.
You as well. Sorry, and I'm off camera.
That's okay.
You too, Makinie. That was so wonderful. I feel amazing.
Yeah, I'm definitely re-energized. All right, so we'll go ahead and end the recording for today. Thank you for attending Mental Health Awareness Week, guided yoga and meditation.